Welcome to another episode of Why Thane is the best place to buy your home and now to buy your luxury home. With us today, we have a young developer who is giving us the new nuances of what Thane's real estate is going along the luxury track. We have Mr. Advait Narang. Advait, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So the primary question is, how do you see Thane from affordable to affordable luxury and now just the luxury, topping of the affordable? How do you see this?
Okay, I think to answer this question, we need to look maybe 20 years back and see how Thane is developed. And Thane was largely an industrial town. Fortunately, because it was an industrial town being close to the city, we had large land masses which were already acquired by industries. So developers found land acquisition a little easier than other suburbs of Mumbai. And because land masses were larger, what happened is that we saw organized development here. And first the critical mass came in, people came in here. And finally, once the critical mass came in, we saw schools, colleges, retail, hospitality, all other asset classes coming into the city. And today it's reached the pace that the critical mass which had come in at one point in time, today wants to upgrade. And if you see Thane, the way it developed, I would say Pokhran Road was the start of the industries which developed first. And then you saw Gorbanda Road and Kolshet Road develop later. So what's happening today is that the Pokhran Road side of the market has become the luxury market. And that's become your upgrade buyer market. And if you see newer projects in Pokhran Road have shifted to do away with the 1 and 2 bedroom hall format. They've moved to the 3 and 4 bedroom hall format. And that's what the luxury buyer in Thane has moved to this part of the city. And your 1 and 2 buyer is catered by the Gorbanda Road and Kolshet Road market. So that's how Thane is evolved. And because it's always had organized development, we've always seen parking, we've always seen sewage treatment plants, we've always seen stormwater drains, we've always seen good road infrastructure, good electricity infrastructure. So the basics, the DNA of the city has always been correct. And that's why you saw the inflow of people. Inflow of people got the built environment there. And the built environment today, after getting the inflow of people, is leading to the upgrade buyer. And that's why luxury as a sector, I think people have dropped the word affordable luxury. Affordable has been dropped. And luxury in the sector is now going to be catered to in Thane. And we've seen that in the last 5 years. And I think for the next 25, 30, 40, 50 years, we'll continue to see that. So I think that's how Thane has evolved as a market.
And we are very much on the track when it comes to luxury housing.
Correct.
So let's talk about this project of yours where we are right now. And how did you go about the process of going from plain luxury to a slightly higher level?
So what we saw is that when we met our clients, we saw that they were buying our project because they thought it was on the right location. We were providing the right amenities, we were providing the right internal specifications. But you could see that the buyer was happy to pay a little premium if you were providing him with a little more. And we built our first phase, which was the first 5 buildings at Courtyard. It's a project on Pokhran Road number 2. And we saw that thought process in the buyer's mind. So in the last phase of the project, we decided to upgrade the product. And to upgrade the product, we saw that people were providing limited floor-to-floor heights in the city to keep construction costs in check. But we realized that providing such amenities by increasing floor-to-floor heights, the buyer was actually willing to more than compensate you for the construction costs which you would have to incur. We also saw that providing imported fittings, imported marble flooring was something that the buyer wanted. Our window systems also, we looked at only floor to ceiling window systems. Buyers value natural light, they value ventilation. We also did a tie-up with some German companies to get their window systems in place. And buyers actually value that delta you provide on the product. And from the entire space of planning. So when you plan your cores, your circulation in your lift lobbies, your fire staircase is being separate, so fire safety is actually taken care of rather than just being there on site. I think the buyer has become aware. He's looking at this, he's looking at safety, he's looking at sustainability, and he's looking at quality. And as a company, we decided that all future projects, these are some things that we would like to provide to the buyer. And we've delivered that. Buyers appreciated it. I think we're close to occupation and we're almost already sold out.
So, as a real estate consultant, from your perspective, how do you see this evolution of luxury in Thane's real estate reflected in the project that we are at?
So, I've been very closely associated with the project from day one, and we have been selling it, and this is the best location available for Thaneites. Pokhran Road number 2 always have been the a location which everybody has admired, and a location which everybody wants to come and stay here, close to Pokhran, close to Yeur Hills, and good layouts, good buildings. The best thing about the project was that the developer himself has upgraded the project in every building. Normally, you will see in normal developments, I'll say the people come first and the clubhouse comes later. This was the first project where the clubhouse was delivered before the public came and stayed. The clubhouse was operational. So this is one thing which gives you a sense from the developer's point of view that they really care about the buyer who is going to come and stay here. And this building, I call it a 5-star building. It's like staying in a 5-star here. The clubhouse is right on the 2nd floor and you stay upstairs. So it's a pure experience of staying in a 5-star hotel where all the amenities are in the same building. You just take the lift, come down, enjoy the clubhouse, go there. It's total security. The moms are secured, the kids are secured. It's a closed environment. So I think there are many few projects in which the developer has taken an initiative to create something like this.
So, Advait, let me take it further from what Prashant says, that you got a clubhouse on the 2nd floor.
Yeah, so last 2 buildings are the last phase of the existing project. And we have developed a clubhouse in the first project. But the first project, since we got occupation, the occupation dates between the 2 projects would differ by 5 years. We didn't think it was correct to give a new buyer an old clubhouse. So what we decided was that even though the new buyer has full access to the older clubhouse and can use it as and when they want, we thought of giving them a fresh feeling, because when you buy a new house, you want new amenities. So we did that and we rebuilt a clubhouse for this phase, which would be unique to this phase as well. And that's what we did on the 2nd floor. So we rebuilt all the basic amenities like your gym, swimming pool, banquet hall, business center, children's play area. And I think that's been quite well received by our clients.
But a clubhouse on the 2nd floor, I mean,
so
what sort of thought process would have gone into?
So the thought process was that we wanted to differentiate it from the rest of the project. And we thought that differentiating it from the rest of the project would be putting it at a certain height. And it also serves as a physical divide from the rest of the project, as it's not accessible from the rest of the project. So we got that height and got that physical divide, and it fit well into the plan. So we ideally put it at the 2nd floor. So that was the idea behind it.
So extra height, exclusivity, and that somehow would add to the luxury quotient
100%.
For the towers that it is meant for.
Correct. That's perfectly correct.
And how well does this fit in with your locational advantage? I mean, if I look at Pokhran Road 2, which is where your project is located, it is the creme de la creme of Thane real estate, so to say.
You're 100% right. When you're giving an upgraded product, and as we spoke about an upgraded clubhouse, it must have to be on an upgraded location as well. Because a client wants everything finally. And what you need to do is that you need to provide that product at the right location. I mean, if I created the same product on a weaker location, the client might not have the propensity to spend that money, and he would rather look at moving from a 2-bed to a 3-bed rather than paying for lifestyle. So you have to choose the location at which you do luxury, and there are a number of pockets in Thane where you can take that call and take a call on luxury. So this was that project where we had the location right and we wanted to do it correct, and so we took a call to make luxury.
But your call to luxury has evolved over different towers. So at each phase you have upgraded the quotient of luxury.
Correct.
So if I were to take that as an example of how Thane's real estate is evolving in terms of luxury, how would you describe that?
So okay, so I'll break this down into 3 different situations. Okay. Firstly, as time has passed, incomes have increased, capital markets are very buoyant, and so affordability of people has increased, and that's on the financial side, that since the people are here, they want something that can satisfy their needs. The second thing is that Thane is no longer Thane. Thane is different micro markets. You have Thane city, you have say Pokhran Road, you have Kolshet Road, you have Gorbandar Road. Thane city and Pokhran Road has the propensity and ability to pay for luxury. And so if the location is right, and since every project in Thane is a phased development, so what happens is that your first phase was probably delivered 5 years previously to your current phase. And since it's been 5 years, I would say incomes have increased, affordability has increased, and people are valuing luxury and wanting to reward you for your good work. And as incomes increase and people's wants increase, people are more traveled, they're discerning, they've seen the world, and if you can provide them what they see when they travel in their house, they're happy to provide it. And we saw that through the journey of our project. You saw in your phase 1A, 1B, where people were saying that yes, this is good, but there's something more which if a developer provides, we'd be happy to pay for it. And so that's why we upgraded the product.
That's how decks came into.
So that's how larger decks came into picture, larger window openings, better finishing, better quality, higher speed elevators, new clubhouse, enhanced clubhouse, special paints on the building, quality of piping changed, facade,
First time facade
MEP services. So the whole gambit of things that I mean I can go and explain each particular engineering item, but I don't think this is the forum for that.
He loves that subject.
I would put it very simply like the old Pepsi ad jingle used to be, "Ye dil mange more."
That's the customer's jingle.
The customer's
The
jingle.
thing is that in the previous times, people used to say "dil mange more," but they weren't willing to compensate you for "dil mange more." Today's buyer is happy to compensate you for the enhanced amenities, enhanced specifications that you're giving them. So
He values more.
and you can see that the market has changed, and because of that, even other developers have taken this concept where they're taking a call of luxury, and let's put it this way, that in luxury, because you're shrinking the size of the market, maybe volume is a little less, but what you do get as a developer is that you get a higher price per square foot. So developers are taking that call of doing luxury because people value it and people are rewarding them for what they're doing.
So going ahead, how do you see Thane's real estate developing? What trends do you see happening?
So as we spoke about, I think Thane as a market will always be buoyant. Okay, just to give you an interesting stat, is that Thane is not as volatile as Mumbai as a market. Thane, you would see Thane today has maybe 14 months of inventory on the market for sale, and it went to a maximum of 40 months of inventory. And what I mean to say is that if from today there are no new launches, in how much time the absorption would happen. Whereas Bombay goes down to, I would say, 10 months of inventory, and in bad times goes up to 80 months of inventory. So Bombay is a far more volatile market than Thane. Thane is far more consistent. It gives you steady growth, sales are robust and continue to be robust. Now, I think what's happening in Thane is that, as we spoke about it earlier, Thane is developing into different micro markets, and as a local Thaneite and a local Thane developer, we always knew about these different micro markets. But as someone who's sitting in Bombay also is now aware that Thane is not Thane. Thane is Thane 1 and Thane 2 and Thane 3 and Thane 4. So that's definitely happened. I think 3, what I am seeing is, and what I can see in the future is that Thane has seen a great amount of infra concentration. So it's the only suburb of highway which has a seamless expressway. The other suburbs of Bombay, you cannot get there without spending 2 hours on the Western Express Highway or on the Navi Mumbai road.
Single road.
Coupled with that, I think metro work is up and running. I don't think it'll be I think within less than 12 months we should have the metro line plying, and that'll be a game changer for the city, if you ask me. Your entire Bhandup, Kanchanmarg, Vikhroli, Nahur population, and to some extent even your Mulund population would consider this as an option. Finally, it's a self-contained city. All other amenities besides the fact that it's close to Bombay are better in Thane. And with the metro line coming into existence, it's just 5, 7, 10 minutes more. So I think the city is going to evolve. The future is very bright. You'll see, and I would say the last point, which I think is very effective, it is that it is the only micro market where you have organized developers working. Because it's the only micro market where you get large layouts, and organized developers prefer large layouts, and so you have quality developments. And when you have quality developments in one location, people are going to come in there. The critical mass is going to come in there, and once the place gets populated, then everything else is history.
Everything falls in place.
So since we have everything in place over here, we have infrastructure, we have large land, and we have a built environment today. So I'm very bullish on Thane, and I'm not taking a call on, say, price rise over a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year opinion. But if I'm looking at a 10-year perspective, 15-year perspective, I'm very bullish on Thane, and that's why we as an organization have taken a call for Thane to be a focused micro market. Because for me, I think it's a market where I can see land being available and I can see demand, and that's very important for us as an organization, and we can move. Dad has been doing this for the last 25 years within Thane, and I think we can continue to do it to our next generation, also looking at Thane as a market.
So Prashant, coming to the expo and how people would look at buying a home by going to the expo, how well do you see this project fitting in, and what would you like to ask Advait?
I think the best person is Advait, and the best place to be in the expo where Narang Realty is going to have their own presence.
So I think I would like to invite all of y'all to the expo hosted by MCHI CREDAI. It's a good opportunity to understand Thane as a market, as well as understand the different opportunities for an investor, as well as different options for an end consumer amongst different developers. I'm very excited for you all to come to our stall, experience our products. One is at Courtyard at Pokhran 2, and the other is Narang Privado at Pokhran Road number 1. Both of these are highly upgraded products. We focus on quality, we focus on product, and we would like to see all of you at the expo. Our sales team will be around to take you through the projects. They'll be around to organize your site visits, and the team will be able to help you through the entire visualizing and buying process. So we'll be very excited to welcome you to the MCHI Expo. Hope to see all of you over there.
And on that note, it's an opportunity to say thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to the next episode. And yes, don't forget to visit their stall at the CREDAI MCHI Thane Property Expo 2025. Thank you.
Thank you.